going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday, happy Memorial Day, and I know all the grilling, everyone's got a day off, but just take a moment to remember with gratitude why we have this day. A lot of people gave everything for us to live in this great nation and country that we do have. So yeah. Also, I am so freaking bummed, man. Like I can't explain what the hell happened to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And, with Dallas, I mean, Luka is a punk biatch, just whining and complaining. Like, Kyle Anderson got a T for just looking at the ref the wrong way. Luka was throwing a full-on 3-year-old toddler tantrum. Nothing, man. It's ridiculous, but, it is what it is. Cat can't make a shot. Anthony Edwards woke up in the second half, but 3 games where the Wolves had the lead down the stretch and just gave it away because they couldn't close. And it's on the players. There were some horrifically bad coaching decisions. And, yes, you can point to the refs. Has it been one-sided throughout most of the series? Yes. But you got to play better than the refs ref, and it's tough. I mean, hold your head up high, and like Naz Reid said, if there's a team that can win 4 in a row, it's this team. They got to get hot, man. That game 2 loss really looms large, and I don't know. I just don't know. Either way, it's been a fun ass season, but it didn't expect it to end this way. But still, we'll see you Tuesday. And hopefully the Wolves will be the first team to come back from a 3-0 deficit. Why can't we be the 0-4 Boston Red Sox? We'll see. We'll see, man. Also a C. So I don't know if I trust AI. And I know that Google has a new AI thing that gives advice, and it's really bad. But I can't comprehend how AI art is this good. Because, not going to lie, J.J. McCarthy looking like Led Zeppelin Immigrant Song. This is great, man. This is great. But there's a couple things here. Number one, why are the 2 boats sharing a sail? Or is it a double-headed boat that just docks there? I don't know. But McCarthy's looking good. Also wearing like the Vikings, forearm warmers. And a sash around his waist. It's looking good, man. But like I said, AI is getting pretty scary, man. And, eventually we are just going to live in a simulation of our own creation. Because eventually, like, AI, life and experience, is going to trump, like, in IRL, in real life. And then we're literally in the Matrix. And they're just going to... So I've actually never seen the Matrix. But I again... Another classic movie that I actually haven't fully seen. But I feel like the Matrix harvests humans by keeping us in the Matrix and like use our body heat or warmth. Or I don't know, man. But either way, we're approaching that. We are approaching. Something that's also approaching is football season. But Justin friggin' Jefferson, he is wide receiver 1 in the National Football League, but of course there are some really damn good cornerbacks around the league as well. And once Justin Jefferson finally friggin' gets paid, he will be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, and he will have an even larger target on his back. And he's got some pretty damn good cornerback matchups. So week 2, Charvarius Ward, although Ward didn't do very good against Jordan Addison in the Vikings-Niners game from 2023. Derek Stingley Jr. I feel like Stingley's underrated, and I think that he works great with D'Amico Ryans, sort of behind the 8 ball because of injuries early on, but Stingley's a stud, man. I love Derek Stingley. You got Jar, weeks 4 and 17. Hopefully he could have a ton of safety help. Sauce Gardner over in London, that's going to be an absolute juggernaut of a matchup. I love that one. Justin Jefferson, Sauce Gardner, wide receiver 1, cornerback 1 in this league. Belt buckle every single snap. I love it. L'Jarius Sneed of the Tennessee Titans. Hopefully he can keep his helmet on. No big deal. Jalen Jalen Johnson, twice late in the season. AJ Terrell, the Falcons, as well as Devin Witherspoon. I mean, Spoon is rising up quick. I think Devin Witherspoon might be the best slot cornerback already, and he's probably top 6, 7-ish in terms of overall cornerback. Yeah, so Jefferson's going to have his work cut out for him, but so are these guys because they have to cover Justin Jefferson. No big deal. And yes, fully on the pay Justin Jefferson train, but I do have faith it's going to get done. And, of course, we're in a bit of a stagnant period right now where, Vikings ownership during their tenure generally have liked doing extensions before the start of training camp, but we're just here chilling. And this is from Kevin Patrick, NFL.com. Biggest remaining offseason priority for each NFC team. Payday for Justin Jefferson. Cowboy stars, blah, blah, blah. Top priority, pay Justin Jefferson. Jefferson deserves a massive market-setting payday. We know it. He knows it. The Vikings have acknowledged it. It's all in the details. Earlier in the offseason, there were projections that had JJ landing somewhere between top-paid wide receiver Tyreek Hill and Nick Bosa's $34 million. Blah, 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 blah. Brown got paid, as well as Monter St. Brown got paid. Blah, blah, blah. And it's driving up the price. Yes. It certainly is. It feels inevitable one of them gets close to or passes Bosa. I think that Jefferson is going to slot ahead of Bosa in terms of average per season as well as total guaranteed. I think that's where we're currently going to be. And speaking of CeeDee, so this is really funny to me. Jeremy Fowler was on SportsCenter talking about the wide receiver market situation. Vikes fan page. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is okay with waiting to start contract talks until Justin Jefferson's deal is done to surpass him in value per Jeremy Fowler. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, and Jamar Chase are all a few wide receivers eligible for extension. Now, I highly doubt that CeeDee Lamb is going to pass Justin Jefferson in terms of contract size, in terms of guarantee average per year. Ain't going to happen. Like, CeeDee Lamb is a fantastic player, don't get me wrong, but he is not in the stratosphere of Justin Jefferson. So is what it is. But what could benefit CeeDee is all of a sudden, if Jefferson is making $35 million per season and had $100 million guaranteed on his 4-year deal, all of a sudden that raises up Lamb's prospects because maybe it's a spot where Lamb was looking at $33 million per year and like $80 million guaranteed, and all of a sudden you bump that up to 35 or 34, somewhere in there. So I don't think that Lamb would surpass Jefferson, even if he goes last, even if he has position, but it certainly could help his numbers overall. And Florio, and Mike Florio pictured here with Paul Allen, that's not a thermos. So Florio's been weird, man. So Florio has really been the only media member who's been on the, Justin Jefferson feels played, and Justin Jefferson is blah, 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 and F around and find out, and Justin Jefferson, blah, blah, blah. And if you're not going to pay Justin Jefferson, just trade him. Even though that's literally not how the offseason works, as well as timeline. Like Florio knows, it's a deadline-driven league, and the Vikings generally have not done extensions until the start of training camp for most of their large deals. And also, Florio, again, it's frustrating because Florio is a recognized national media figure, and the casual viewer does take his word as gospel, but he is also a very negative Vikings fan. So I feel like he puts his own personal spin on everything that's Vikings related. When the Vikings didn't pay Kirk, they're like, trade Kirk or pay Kirkers. This is terrible. Blah, blah. Per Persuasion. Per Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, he feels the Vikings are waiting for someone to make them an offer for star wide receiver Justin Jefferson they can't refuse. Quote, and even though the Vikings insist they aren't considering trading Jefferson, at times it feels like they're waiting for someone to make them an offer they won't refuse, end quote. Now, how would this possibly benefit the Vikings? Why would they clear up all the cap space? Why would they not add in the wide receiver room? Why would they not do anything if they were planning on trading Justin Jefferson? Right? Now, you could say, sure, is it a 0.001% chance that maybe if a team comes up with 2 starters and 3 first-round picks that you consider it? Yes, sure. But is it more a spot of they're waiting until July 31st, that signing bonus deadline, as well as until the start of training camp? And also, they run the risk of Lamb or Chase or Waddle getting paid, but what's going to happen? Justin Jefferson's going to get more money. He's already going to get more money. He's already going to be fine. But the fact that they're dragging their feet in the hopes that someone comes in and trades him, no. That's ridiculous, man. Of course, Florio was the only one talking about the Vikings trading up for Malik Neighbors to number 5 during the draft. And you would think that if that was legitimate, which Florio has sources, I'm sure, so I don't think he's making up, but could the source be wrong? Because something this blockbuster, you think, would be reported from multiple spots. It wasn't. And Charlie Walters of Pioneer Press, I mean, he talked about this, and basically he was referencing Florio, because, again, Florio was the only one talking about this on draft night. So, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Could we just pay Justin Jefferson so the media has nothing to talk about? Yeah. And Pelissero was on Alpha Network last week saying that he anticipates that JJ will be in attendance at mandatory minicamp taking place next week. Also, he knows that Jefferson is unlikely to attend any voluntary OTA practices. So it's exactly what happened last year. And Jefferson is exerting his right to attend voluntary OTAs, but he's not going to skip mandatory minicamp because there will be fines. And no, so I think that's ridiculous. But either way, OTAs this week. Yeah, back at it. TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. JJ McCarthy, week 2. Will he move up from Team 3? Probably not, but it's certainly okay. But then, next week we'll see Justin Jefferson at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. But we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below. Happy Monday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.